3 minutes now after the hour. We're joined by Ed Jenkins, a Vietnam veteran, with us this morning and getting set for Veterans Day. It is November. Ed, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us today. And a big month, important month with Veterans Day coming up and a lot of activities surrounding Veterans Day.
Absolutely, Jimmy Dale. Absolutely. Probably the biggest parade they've had since it's been organized. We started back 12 years ago, some years ago back, and it gets a little bigger every year. The Post 45's done an outstanding job getting people in, probably going people from different parts of the state for the parade.
All right, talk about the parade a little bit. When's it going to be and what time does it start?
November the 11th, starting at 10. And it always starts, from the schoolhouse, come down and turns back on Norton.
Now, who's going to be involved with the parade this year?
The parade was organized by the people in Post 45. Of course, I'm always here, but Post 45 done an excellent job of organizing it. They have their people organized real well. John Hall is the commander, and then Murphy is, he is the adjutant, and then you have the treasurer, Mr. Crosby, I think it's his name.
Do we know who the Grand Marshal of the parade is going to be?
World War II vets.
Okay.
World War II vets. What's left? I don't know how many John had left, but they are always pay tribute to them, and I think we ought to. Even when it was organized, we had done it that way.
What time does it start?
10 o'clock.
Okay. And where will the route be?
The route, we always start there by the school where it's lined up and ready to go straight on down, turn there at the post office, and then you go back down Norton.
Okay. Now, there are other events taking place as well. I understand there's an event over at the stadium on Veterans Day, too.
They have a big event there, and I understand that's at 11.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, they're going to have Rogers there. But getting back to this November the 9th, big day with my friend for ages, Governor Ivey would be there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Mike Rogers had been a friend of mine for years too, but Governor Ivey and I go back a long ways, which means, but I think she's done an outstanding job for the state. Main thing is that if you get a chance, go by and look at that great park wall, and then you can pass by there at night, and it's lit up so beautiful. I'm in the park.
You're very proud of that, aren't you, Brother Ed?
I'm very proud of this. And then she said that the other day, Joe Till's proud of it. He worked on it. Jim Heigl, we worked on it, started trying to get it organized like this for years. Mm-hmm. And it's doing a good job. Yeah. And to have 11 people name on that wall,
One family?
One family. Miss Till lived to be 100-something years old.
Wow.
His mother, so we're great people. Now, getting back to the deceased, I read in the Tallahassee paper the other day about a young man that graduated from Jacksonville State, and he got killed in Vietnam, and that was kind of a shock. He was, in the battlefield there. Did you not have a brother was in that? In the Vietnam? Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about him. I thought I knew him real well, and the Decent boy. Now we knew them real well. Mm-hmm. Joe and I knew them real well, and long about this time you go to thinking about those, and of course I think about them the whole year round. I heard a man say, and he was a colonel the other day, that the most people that didn't get recognized, and I believe I heard Donald say that on your program the other day, were the Vietnam vets. Well, that's fine, but also Korea, they didn't get recognized either. So, it works both ways. Huh? But then we go back, and I pay tribute to any vet, all vets. And back in my day, people did join the National Guard to keep them going to Vietnam. But that don't happen anymore, and it was a good thing.
Now, you were a tunnel rat, weren't you, Ed?
Yeah.
What's a tunnel rat?
He goes into the tunnels and hope he lives. He sees what's happening, and he relays the information.
Now this guy, Ed Jenkins, was in the Vietnam conflict, and what, 2 or 3 Purple Hearts?
3 Purple Hearts, and then they got it out there on the wall. They
Yeah.
got everything they could put on the wall. And 2 Silver Stars, a Bronze Star, and the Army Commendation Medal, all of that. But the one I was proud of was that blue around there, the ribbon, infantry ribbon. And I'm real proud of that infantry badge and the ribbon that went with it.
So you going into tunnels, or you looking for the Viet Cong or what?
Yep.
You ever find any?
You know, that's something that you can't say for sure, but I know that one that was with me, the man that was with me from Ohio, said he'd shot one. So, and so you take his word for it because he probably did.
Yeah. Hey, got the big Veterans Day parade coming up November the 9th. Is that the 9th or the 11th? 11th.
We don't want to get confused, but we
Yeah.
have all these activities and want everybody to come and want Sylacauga to show up real good on the 9th and the 11th. Want everybody in this area. Now, I've noticed on the wall, and our wall is different than everybody else's, as I've noted of. It's similar in many ways to Ellick City because you can put your name here, you put your name in Ellick City, you know, where you live there or not. Now, we have several vets that's here as much as they are in Ellick City because of different activities they do. But their name is on the wall too. And last but not least, the DAV has a plaque out there, Disabled American Veterans, Bill Nichols chapter.
Yeah.
And getting back to it, I've never seen nothing like Bill Nichols. You go out to the cemetery here in just a little.
Yeah.
And
He didn't want the recognition, did he?
No, and that makes 2 of them.
Yeah.
Colonel Sprayberry, he didn't need it.
Yeah.
Michael, Medal of Honor winner, our Medal of Honor.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to, just for a minute too, on our 2 vets that I thanked in Sylacauga a whole lot. One of them, Mr. Rayfield, was a prisoner of war, and Sprayberry. No, they stand out in my mind, and here's the thing about it. Both of them did a good job. One of them was in World War II, and of course, Sprayberry was in the Vietnam War. And he didn't do nothing for prestige, but he did a good job, a super job. And if anybody ever deserved recognition, it'd be those 2 vets.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You know, me, I did what I could, but nothing I did was to honor Ed. I just honor all vets. And I told them down in Montgomery the other day, I said, let's get this thing in perspective. A vet's a vet. And then women said, I really appreciate you. One thing I want to throw in there is Miss Bush, the new state commander of the American Legion. She's on the job 7 days a week. The other day she was supposed to be so-and-so and some vets need a ride to UAB. You know what she done? She put off where she's supposed to be and carried them to UAB.
Wow.
So, you know, some people do a better job than others. That's what I'm saying. And I just tell the owner of the TV station, and I thank God for this station. It allows us to see our local events, allows us to see our local people in school and everything.
Oh, yeah. Ed, before we go, again, talk about the Veterans Day Parade that's coming up on the 11th.
Okay. This is going to be probably the biggest one we've had. And, you know, for years, they cooked at the American Legion, the funeral home. This year, John went a different route. Southern State Bank is sponsoring it. And I guess I don't know how he's doing it, but it'll be done right. That's the main thing. And it creates a lot of hardship on just one person, those individuals doing it every year. And he wanted to, you know, kind of let somebody else participate this year, and it'll work out.
So the parade starts at what time now?
10 o'clock.
Okay.
10 o'clock. And,
Downtown Sylacauga.
Downtown Sylacauga. But don't forget, on the night, now, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in. I'm not necessarily a politician, but they call me that, preacher politician. I think I have the best governor in the state of Alabama anybody could have. And I'm just talking to the owners. I'm proud. We won Virginia last night.
Yeah, all right. Ed Jenkins, Vietnam veteran, our guest this morning. We'll continue with more Daybreak right after this. Don't go away.